The Jack Benny Program.
Quality of product is essential to continuing success. LSMFT, LSMFT, LSMFT.
You said it.
Yes, sir.
Lucky Strike means fine tobacco, so round, so firm, so fully packed, so free and easy on the draw.
You bet. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. The finer, the lighter, the naturally milder Lucky Strike tobacco. Year after year, the makers of Lucky Strike consistently select and buy this fine Lucky Strike tobacco to give you real deep-down smoking enjoyment. Remember, in a cigarette, it's the tobacco that counts. And Lucky Strike means fine tobacco.
So smoke that smoke of fine tobacco, Lucky Strike. So round, so firm, so fully packed. So free and easy on the draw.
At 46, sold American.
The Lucky Strike program, starring Jack Benny, with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Larry Stevens, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, if you remember last week, Jack had a dream that he went to the racetrack and bet $85,000 on the winner, Challenge Me. So now we'd like to take you back about 6 days. It's Monday afternoon. Jack is in the library of his home talking with his press agent, Steve Bradley.
But, Steve, I don't know what the...
I'm telling you, Benny, if you don't go for this publicity stunt, you ought to have your head examined.
All right, Steve. What is it? Quiet, Polly. Steve, what is it?
Well, this story will be slapped on the front page of every newspaper in the country. By tomorrow afternoon, the whole world will be talking about Jack Benny. Why, you couldn't have gotten this much publicity if you had married Margaret O'Brien.
All right, Steve, tell me, what is this big...
Hello.
Polly, quiet. Steve, you haven't told me what this is all about. For heaven's sake, what is this big story?
Benny, this is so big, it's even too big for me to tell you. What time is it?
4:30.
4:30. Turn on that radio. Erskine Johnson's on. I gave him the story, and I think he's going to break it today.
Turn on the radio, Rochester.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Erskine Johnson in Hollywood. There's some very exciting news today from the film capital, and here's the hottest news of all. I've just learned that in the recent Gold Cup race at Hollywood Park, Jack Benny, famous tightwad of screen and radio, bet $85,000 on the winner, Challenge Me. The price was $17.20 to win. This netted the comedian exactly $646,000. What a break for Benny.
Turn that off. Steve, are you crazy? Have you gone nuts? Have you lost your mind?
No, Benny, don't get excited. Come down off of that bookcase and let me talk to you.
But, Steve, don't you remember I told you it was all a dream? It didn't happen. I dreamt that I bet $85,000 on Challenge Me. Why, I wouldn't
Hold it, Benny. Now, hold it. Nobody outside of this room knows it's a dream. Now, we're going to make them believe it really happened.
What?
It'll give you a new personality. Why, all your life you've been Benny the skinflint, Benny the cheapskate, Benny the miser. Benny the miser.
Polly, be quiet.
Now, from now on, it's going to be Benny the spendthrift, the plunger, the sport, the Diamond Jim Brady of the 20th century. Everybody in America will be talking about the new Jack Benny.
Well, Steve, it might be something at that. I guess it wouldn't hurt if people thought it really happened.
Can't hurt a thing, not a thing. I got to run now, Benny, and look. Whenever you're out in public, I want you to light your Lucky Strikes with $10 bills.
$10 bills? But, Steve...
All right. Use fives.
But I don't want to burn a $5 bill every time I go around.
Okay, use ones, but wrinkle them so nobody can see the numbers.
But even $1 bills, I don't want to go around...
Couldn't he use a red-hot penny?
Yeah, I have plenty of matches.
You've got to impress the public, Benny. Now, this will be in every Hollywood column. Luella Parsons, Jimmy Starr, Hedda Hopper, Harrison Carroll, Harry Crocker. And, Benny, be sure to listen to your radio every night this week. So long.
Gee, Rochester, you know, he may have something. This may turn out to be a great thing for me.
Yeah, your dreams are getting better all the time.
They sure are.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gabriel Heater.
Oh, yes, there's big news tonight. There was nothing outstanding in the news last night. No one knows what the news will be tomorrow night. But, oh, yes, there's big news from Hollywood tonight. Jack Benny, the comedian, went out to Hollywood Park last Saturday and placed a bet of $85,000 on Challenge Me to win. Mind you, to win. Benny watched calmly as the horses ran and remained calm. The Challenge Me came up from far behind to calmly win the Gold Cup race. And the horse paid a big price, and Jack Benny won $646,000. Oh, yes, there's one happy soul in Hollywood tonight. And now, just 30 seconds for my sponsor.
Rochester, tonight's the night we're supposed to listen to H.V. Kaltenborn.
Yes, sir, I'll turn it on.
Good evening, everybody. Well, we have several new developments in the news this evening. Yes. And those developments come particularly from Russia. But before I give you the news from Europe, here's a very interesting item from our own country. It has been disclosed that Jack Benny, radio screen star, won $646,000 on Challenge Me in last Saturday's Gold Cup race in Hollywood. Benny, who has been known for years, is inclined to hoard his money. Yes, he placed a bet of $85,000 on the horse that won the race. This comes as quite a surprise to the nation. But now for the latest developments from Russia. It seems that...
Turn it off, Rochester.
Yes, sir.
Rochester, isn't this terrific? All this publicity, and the only ones that know it was a dream are Steve Bradley, you, and me.
And me.
Quiet, Polly. Rochester, I'm going upstairs and shave before I go to bed. Don't forget to come up and tuck me in.
I won't, boss. I won't. Doggone, the boss should have stayed a baby. He's scared of the dark, likes milk, sucks his thumb, and sleeps with a teddy bear. Well, I guess he never... Uh-oh, there's the door.
Good evening. I'm a reporter with the Associated Press. You're Rochester, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Fine. You're just the one I wanted to get my story from. Now, let me ask you something. Have you noticed any change in Mr. Benny since he won all this money?
Well, no, except that now he's strongly in favor of a large Army and Navy.
Yes, I can understand that. Now, an interesting sidelight on this story would be how Mr. Benny carried this money home from the track.
Well, I don't know, but I imagine in the usual way, in his shoes.
He carries his money in his shoes?
Uh-huh. You can tell his financial condition by his height.
Really?
Yeah, when he reaches 6'5", he's on his way to the bank.
Well, Rochester, this is all very interesting, and I'd like to ask you one more question.
Yes, sir.
I imagine since Mr. Benny won $646,000, he throws his money away.
Yes, but not far. Not far.
Well, he probably doesn't want people to think he's a show-off. Thank you very much, Rochester.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Well, I better go up and tuck the boss in. Tomorrow's Saturday, he's got a rehearsal. I hope he's asleep or I'll have to tell him a story. Let's see, I did Little Red Riding Hood last night. Oh, well, I'll do the Three Little Bears. He never remembers that. Yeah, that's the one.
There's quite a crowd around NBC today, isn't there, Rochester?
Yes, sir. Have you got the scripts, boss?
I've got 'em. Let's go in.
Let's see your passes before you... Oh, it's you, Mr. Benny.
Yes, hello, Mike.
Congratulations, Mr. Benny. Sure, it's the luck of the Irish you had at the races.
Oh, you heard about me cleaning up on Challenge Me.
That I did. How does it feel?
Feel? Well, to tell you the truth, it doesn't make me feel any different. I haven't changed a bit.
I was afraid of that.
Uh-huh?
I mean, I was afraid of you changing.
Oh. Well, come on, Rochester. Let's go on inside. Funny how everyone in town knows about me winning that money. See, that Steve Bradley did a terrific job on the publicity. I'm the most talked of man in the...
Jack, congratulations. Let me give you a big kiss. You know, Jack.
Wait a minute, Mary. Gee, I'm all out of breath. You never kissed me like that before. Gee, you got lipstick all over my forehead.
Gosh, Jack, imagine you winning $646,000. The things you can do with that money.
Yeah. See, I can buy limousines, a yacht, a new flint for my cigarette lighter.
Gee, I can't understand it. How did you happen to bet $85,000?
Well, it's all I happen to have with me. I was wearing low shoes that day.
You know, Jack, there's one thing puzzling me. Last week when you told me about this, you said it was only a dream.
Oh, well, you see, Mary, I was too modest to admit the truth, you know.
Well, I don't know. I've never seen you bet more than $2 on a horse.
Well...
And even then, you give the jockey sealed orders to be open at the first turn.
Just the same, Mary, I'm telling you the truth.
Hiya, Jackson. 646,000 pieces of federal lettuce. Congratulations, Mary. Kiss me, you dove.
Well, you were supposed to congratulate me.
I know, but it's more fun this way.
No lipstick on his forehead. He's got a bad aim.
You know, Jackson, I can't get over you betting $85,000 on a horse.
Why?
Well, you've been so cheap all your life. You must have a dual personality.
Bill, I'm the same guy I always was. There's no such a thing as a dual personality.
Certainly there is. There are two sides to everyone.
What?
I got two sides to me.
What do you mean?
Well, there's one side of me that likes bourbon, scotch, gin, beer, and pretzels.
Yeah?
And then there's the other side of me that don't like pretzels.
Bill, you've got three sides. There's another side of you don't like music. Now, come on, we got to rehearse.
Jack, what kind of show are we going to do this week?
Oh, I don't know, but I think I'd like to do another sketch like Gaslight. You know, the one we did 2 weeks ago with Ingrid Bergman.
Say, Jackson, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. That Ingrid Bergman dame puzzles me. I never knew that Ingrid was a girl's name.
Why not?
Well, last year when I didn't want to sign that new contract with you, that's what you call me.
That was ingrate. My goodness, can't you tell?
Well, hello, Mary.
Hi,
Phil.
Hello,
Don.
Hello, Jack, and congratulations.
Well, Colonel Blimp.
Now, wait a minute, Jack. I wish you'd stop making fun of my weight. It's not my fault.
It isn't, Don?
No, gosh, Jack, being fat's no fun. Only yesterday I went to the doctor about it, and he said that my excess weight was due to a rare illness known as Umnivarium digestibilis equinarius.
What does that mean in English?
I eat like a horse.
Don, I could have told you that without Latin, you know.
Oh, but Latin's a wonderful language, Jack. Remember those immortal words of Julius Caesar? So roundium, so fermius, so fully pactium.
And at Julius Caesar's funeral, when Mark Antony got up before the crowd and standing over the body said, "Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco." Even Julius got up and took a couple of puffs there. All right, kids, now let's start with
Say, boss, the telephone operator has been trying to reach you. You got a long-distance call from New York.
Oh. Well, I'll take it on this phone here.
Say, Mabel.
Yeah.
Mr. Benny's dressing room is flashing.
I wonder what Stella Dallas wants now.
I don't know. I'll find out. Hello.
Operator, this is Jack Benny. You have a long-distance call for me?
Just a second, Mr. Benny. I'll check on it. Say, Mabel, did you handle a long-distance call for Mr. Benny?
Oh, yeah, New York was trying to get him. I'll plug in the long-distance operator. Say, Gertrude, ain't that Jack Benny an amazing character?
Yeah.
I'll never forget how he kept buying me candy bars and trying to lure me up to his apartment to show me his etchings. And finally, like a darn fool, I went.
Gee, what happened?
He showed me his etchings.
You know, I don't... Hello, NBC. Yes, Mr. Gildersleeve, I'll plug you in immediately. Gee, Mabel, my switchboard's all filled. Benny's on the first plug, Gildersleeve's on the second, and Greenberg's on third. You'd think that some... Yes? All right, I'll tell him. Oh, Mr. Benny.
Yes, operator?
That long-distance call was canceled.
All right, thank you. All right, kids, now let's start the rehearsal. Where's Larry Stevens?
Here I am, Mr. Benny.
Oh, hello, kid.
Gee, $646,000. Oh, boy, could I use that money now that I'm married.
Why? What would you do with all that money, kid?
I'd go on a honeymoon.
But I thought you went on a honeymoon.
Yeah, but this time I'd take my wife with me.
Well, kid, someday you may be as smart as I am. Now, let's get on with the rehearsal. Now, Larry, you go over your song while we go in the other room and read the script.
Okay.
Now, come on, fellas. Let's do it.
Came along from out of nowhere. You took my heart and found it free. Wonderful dreams, wonderful schemes from nowhere. Made every hour sweet as a flower for me. If you should go back to your nowhere, leaving with me a memory, I'll always wait for your return out of nowhere, hoping you'll bring your love to me.
How'd the rehearsal go tonight, Mr. Benny?
Fine. Now, remember, Rochester, don't you dare tell anybody that my winning all that money was only a dream.
Don't worry, boss. It'll be our little secret.
Boy, what a publicity stunt this is. That Steve Bradley certainly knows his business. He's really a genius. We're only a block from home now, Rochester. You can start putting on the brakes.
There you are, boss, right in front of the house.
That's more like it. Last night I had to walk back a block. Rochester, I'm going in. You put the car in the garage.
Yes, sir.
What time is it, Rochester?
11:15.
That late? 11:15, huh? Well, you can have the rest of the night off.
Thanks, boss. I'll run up to the country for a rest.
Good night.
Good night.
Let's see. Where's my key? Oh, here. I have to get a longer keychain. This doorknob hurts my stomach. There. Gee, it's dark. Where's the light? Oh, here. Gee, I can't get over.
All right, Benny. Stick 'em up.
Yipe!
Come on, Benny. Get back in your shoes.
What? What is this?
It's a stick-up. Now listen, Benny. I want that $600,000 you won at the racetrack.
But I haven't got it. I didn't win any money. My press agent, Steve Bradley, he put it in the papers. It was just a publicity stunt. The joke's on you. See?
Now stop stalling, Benny. You keep your dough in a vault, and we're going down there and get it.
But I...
Get moving. And right straight for that vault, or I'll drill you.
Yes, sir. Would you care for a cup of coffee? Huh?
No, Benny. I just want to get in that vault.
Yes, sir. Here we are.
Now, I got this gun right in my pocket, so no tricks.
Yes, sir. I'll open the door.
Who goes there?
Oh, it's me, Ed.
Oh, hello, Mr. Benny. Who's that with you?
Oh, he's
I'm a friend of his.
Yes, Ed. He's a friend of mine.
Well, any friend of Mr. Benny's a friend of mine. Come on in, browse around.
Thanks.
I haven't seen you in a long time, Mr. Benny. How are things in the outside world?
Well, we won the war, and the boys are all coming home.
Good. I'll bet they'll give General Pershing a great reception.
No, Ed. You see, this
Cut out that chatter, Benny, and open that safe.
Yes, sir. Ed, I might as well tell you. This is a gangster, so don't make a false move.
Well, any friend of yours, a friend of mine.
Open that safe. Open that safe.
Yes, sir. Let's see. The combination is right to 45, left to 160,
back to 15, then left to 110. There.
I haven't heard anything like that since I broke out of San Quentin.
Look, mister. You can see for yourself. I haven't got $600,000. All I got in there is $10,000, and I need it.
$10,000?
Yes. Please believe me. The $85,000 I bet on the horse was only a dream. Look, that's all I've got. $10,000. You wouldn't take that from me, would you?
You're darn right I'll take it. Now, come on, hand it over.
My, this is thrilling.
Mister, please don't take that.
Hand over that 10 grand or I'll plug you.
Yes, sir. Here you are.
All right. Now, both of you stay right where you are. And I'm warning you, don't move.
I'll go after him, Mr. Benny.
No, Ed. Put down that bow and arrow. He's got a gun. Oh, my goodness. $10,000. $10,000 gone. Darn that Steve Bradley with his publicity. It's all his fault. If I told him once, I told him 1,000 times. I said, Steve, it didn't happen. It was a dream. I dreamt that I won $600,000. But no, he had to go for his wild, crazy, stupid publicity. Ladies and gentlemen, sometime between October 29th and December 8th, your doorbells will be rung by a Victory Loan volunteer. Answer the doorbell and welcome him or her, because these are the Americans who worked faithfully and hard to make previous bond drives so successful. Although the war is over, we haven't paid the bill for it, and the quota for this Victory Loan is $11 billion. We'll make it. And by we, I mean you and me, the Victory Volunteers. All of us. This will be the last victory drive, folks, so it's really our last chance to show these fighting men still in our hospitals and all our men and women in uniform that we know they finished their job, and we'll finish ours. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gabriel Heater and H.V. Kaltenborn were impersonated by Ollie O'Toole. Erskine Johnson was impersonated by Erskine Johnson. Jack will be back in just a minute, but first here is my good friend Effie Boone.
At 47 sold American.
Lucky Strike means fine tobacco.
That's right. LSMFT.
Independent tobacco experts, auctioneers, buyers, and warehousemen present at the auctions can see the makers of Lucky Strike consistently select and buy the finer, the lighter, the naturally milder Lucky Strike tobacco. This fine Lucky Strike tobacco means real deep-down smoking enjoyment for you.
Sure thing. LSMFT.
Yes, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. So smoke that smoke of fine tobacco, Lucky Strike. So round, so firm, so fully packed. So free and easy on the draw.
The famous tobacco auctioneers heard on tonight's program are Mr. L.A. Speed Riggs of Goldsboro, North Carolina. And Mr. F.E. Boone of Lexington, Kentucky.
At 45 sold American.
Basil Rysdale speaking for Lucky Strike. LSMFT. LSMFT. LSMFT.
There's fine smoking pleasure in fine tobacco. And Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. So round, so firm, so fully packed, so free and easy on the draw.
Oh, my goodness. $10,000. There should be some action on this. I called the police hours ago. I'll turn on the radio. Maybe there's some news.
Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. There's a happy man in Hollywood tonight. Nobody knows how he felt last night. No one can tell how he'll feel tomorrow night. But, oh, yes, there's a happy soul in Hollywood tonight.
This is the next.
The Jack Benny Program, presented by
LSMFT. LSMFT. LSMFT.
Of course.
You said it.
Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. So round, so firm, so fully packed, so free and easy on the draw.
In a cigarette, it's the tobacco that counts. And Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Mr. Robert N. Cooper, independent tobacco auctioneer of Washington, North Carolina, said,
For many years at the auctions, I've noticed that the Lucky Strike buyers have maintained the same high standard of quality. Yes, I've seen the fine, light tobacco sold American again and again. So, for my own cigarette, I pick Lucky.
Quote, I've seen the fine, light tobacco sold American again and again. Unquote. Yes, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. So smoke that smoke of fine tobacco, Lucky Strike.
At 41, sold American.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Larry Stevens, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, as you probably remember, last week Jack Benny was sick in bed. However, he's up and around now, so let's go out to his home in Beverly Hills. Jack is eating his breakfast.
I'm glad you came by, Mary. Have a cup of coffee.
No, thanks. How are you feeling, Jack?
Oh, much better. Naturally, it was quite a shock being robbed of $10,000, but I'm all right now.
Well, I just dropped by to say hello. I'm going over to the club to play some golf.
It's certainly a lovely day for it. You know, Mary, I think I'll take up golf again.
Oh, Jack, you shouldn't play golf. You take it too seriously. You always get so mad.
I do not.
You do, too. Every time you miss a putt, you accuse somebody of moving the hole.
I only did that once.
And another thing, you never keep your mind on the game. What about that time you got in the sand trap? You were there for 2 hours.
Well, a lot of people play in the sand trap.
With a pail and shovel?
Oh, stop, will you? I wish Rochester would bring my toast. I've almost finished my breakfast.
Say, Jack, what's that little thing there on the table?
This? Oh, it's a light fuse. I took it out so there wouldn't be any electricity in the kitchen.
Well, for heaven's sake, why?
I'm punishing Rochester. Twice this week he came out of the kitchen and left the light on.
But, Jack, shutting off the electricity.
I know what I'm doing.
What's the matter? You're still coughing.
Well, I'm not completely well yet, Mary, but I'll be all right. Oh, by the way, here's that book you were reading to me the other day. Read some more, will you, while I'm eating?
Okay. Now, let's see. Where did I stop? Oh, here it is. For 2 hours, the crippled submarine had lain helplessly on the bottom. The men trapped inside were gripped with fear and despair. The air was so heavy...
Your toast, Mr. Benny.
My toast? Well, it's about time, Rochester. What in the world took you so long?
Have you ever tried making toast with sunshine and a magnifying glass?
Oh.
How about giving me back that fuse now, boss?
Well, do you think you've learned your lesson?
No, but the icebox is defrosted, and that ain't going to help the food.
Oh, my goodness, I forgot all about that. Is all the food spoiled?
Well, not all, but you know that fish you bought for tomorrow night?
Yes.
Well, he ain't going to make it.
Oh. Well, would the fish be all right if we had it tonight?
Boss, you couldn't eat that fish if you cooked it in Lifebuoy.
Then just throw it out. Here's the fuse. Hurry and put it back. And take that miner's lamp off your hat.
Yes, sir.
Finish reading the book, Mary.
Okay. The air was so heavy that breathing was labored. A violent current caught the submarine and rolled it to one side, spilling the groggy men on the floor. It took almost all their strength to...
Answer the door, Rochester.
Answer the door, answer the door.
Quiet, quiet, Polly.
Yeah, you ain't paying me.
Go ahead, Mary. Go ahead, finish the book. Go ahead.
Okay. It took almost all their strength to rise to their feet. Every man knew that hope of rescue was fading.
Gee.
Then suddenly they heard a faint tapping on the outside of the sub. Tap, 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 tap. At that instant, every man knew that Lucky Strike means fine tobacco.
Mary, you know it doesn't say that.
It does, too, right here.
Where? Oh, yes. I loaned that book to Don Wilson, and he penciled it in. Go on, Mary. I want to find out what happened. It's really exciting.
A look of hope came into the men's eyes as the tapping continued.
Pardon me, boss, but Inspector Flanagan is here to see you.
Oh, the detective. Excuse me, Mary. Hello, Inspector.
Hello, Mr. Benny. I just dropped in to talk to you again about the robbery.
Good, good. Come on, sit over here by the window.
Yeah, thanks.
Inspector, don't you ever have your oil changed?
Huh?
Nothing. How are you coming along on the case?
Well, I came to tell you that I thought I caught the guy that robbed you. He fitted the description precisely.
He did?
Yeah, he had a cauliflower ear, broken nose, scar on his cheek, and a little mole on his chin.
You a Scotchman or something?
I'm from Brooklyn. But he wasn't the guy that robbed you the $10,000.
What'd you say?
He wasn't the guy that robbed you of the $10,000.
How'd you find out?
Well, I searched him, and he only had $9,870.
Oh, well, I might as well tell you, Inspector. The man who robbed me called up and threatened my life. So I need a bodyguard and... Inspector! Twinkle toes! Some detective. The robber calls me up, threatens to kill me. I tell the detective, and he walks out.
Maybe he went to the florist.
Yeah. Mary, there's no time for jokes. Oh, Rochester.
Yes, boss?
Rochester, my life is in danger. I might get shot at, and I need a bodyguard.
Don't look at me.
Rochester, you're not a coward, are you?
More than that, I'm a careful coward.
Well, anyway, I didn't mean you. I wondered if you knew anyone who'd be a good bodyguard.
Well, now, let me see. I got it. You know, boss, Joe Lewis is in town.
Joe Lewis? The heavyweight champion? Rochester, I could never get him for a bodyguard.
I think you could if you worked it right, boss. I was talking to him the other day, and he told me he wants to be a radio comedian.
Uh-huh.
So if you let him think that maybe he could be one, he'd come over and talk to you.
Yeah?
Then all you got to do is keep him here and stick close to him. Amalgamate, boss, amalgamate.
By golly, Rochester, that may be it. Why don't you call him up?
Better than that, boss. I'll go over and see him personally.
Good, and hurry. Gee, Mary, this may be the solution to all my worries. Joe Lewis for a bodyguard. Go on, finish reading the book for me, will you?
Okay. A look of hope came into the men's eyes as the tapping continued. The air was so bad now that the breathing was almost impossible. In just a few seconds, it would be too late.
Oh, my goodness.
Suddenly, the steel hatch clanged open, and a blast of cool, fresh air revived the stricken men. The rescue device had worked. They were saved.
Oh, boy.
And thus ended another hair-raising adventure of our hero, Tom Swift.
Hot ziggity. What a guy. And you're always talking about little women. Why, if they were just
Hello,
more...
Mr. Benny. Hello, Miss Livingston.
Hello, Larry.
Hello, Larry.
The door was open, so I just came on in. How are you feeling, Mr. Benny?
A lot better, kid. Thanks for asking.
I had to ask. It's in my contract.
Oh, yes.
Say, Mr. Benny, I've got a swell song for next Sunday's program. Would you like to hear it?
I sure would, kid. Go ahead and sing it.
All right.
Oh, boy, that Tom Swift. He led a life just like I did. Jack Benny and his electric rifle. Jack Benny in the darkest...
Just kiss me once, then kiss me twice, then kiss me once again. It's been a long, long time. Haven't felt like this, my dear, since can't remember when. It's been a long, long time. You'll never know how many dreams I dreamed about you, or just how empty they all seemed without you. So kiss me once, then kiss me twice, then kiss me once again. It's been a long, long time. My dreams have been so empty, dear, without you. So kiss me once, then kiss me twice, then kiss me once again. It's been a long, long
Very good, Larry. Use that number on the show.
Okay, Mr. Benny. Well, I've got to go now. I promised my wife I'd help her with the housework.
Oh, that's the spirit, Larry. You're really starting your married life off right.
That's what her mother keeps telling me.
Oh, so that's it. Look, kid, you tell her mother to keep her busy.
Jack.
I'm only trying to advise them.
Well, you're advising them all wrong. Mothers know best. For instance, Jack, take my mother.
I will not.
Jack. All I'm trying to say is that my father always helped my mother with the house cleaning.
Mary, when your mother grabs your father by the back of the neck and wipes the floor with him, that's not house cleaning. Believe me. Besides, how can she get him in all the corners? And another thing about your mother.
For the million things she gave me.
Polly.
Well, I've got to run along now, Mr. Benny.
Okay, so long, kid.
So long.
Jack, I know you don't like Mama, but I wish you wouldn't talk about her in front of people.
Oh, Mary, I'm only kidding. If I didn't like your mother, would I have her picture hanging in my living room?
You only hung it up when you lost the target to your darts game.
You nearly lost that gag, too, there. Mary, I'm improving, too. Last night when I was playing, I got one chin, one ear, and 3 noses. I'm getting better all the time.
Answer the door, Rochester. Answer the door.
Polly, Rochester isn't here. Oh. Come in. Oh, hello, Don. Come on in.
Hello, Jack, Mary.
Hi, Don.
I'm glad to see you looking better, Jack. Must have been quite a shock being robbed of $10,000.
Yeah, I was ribbed about it, too. Yes, it was, but I'm feeling fine now. By the way, Don, would you like a cup of coffee?
No, thank you.
Works for me. Buys his coffee at the drugstore.
Well, Jack, I'm going to run along or I'll never get to that golf game in.
Oh, are those your clubs, Mary? You know, I play golf occasionally, but just walking around the course doesn't keep me in trim. I like a game where there's a lot of jumping around.
You mean tennis?
No, checkers.
No, I thought your fingertips looked a little muscle-bound there. Don, you probably don't like golf because you don't play it well.
What do you mean I don't play it well? Why, just last week I was in a tournament. We were approaching the 18th hole, and there I was on the edge of the green. The whole tournament was at stake, and I couldn't make up my mind which club to use. But my caddy, he knew what to do.
What did he hand you?
A Lucky Strike cigarette.
A Lucky Strike cigarette, but what about your niblick?
You don't nibble it, you smoke it.
Now cut that out! Don, use my rider. Don, what happened? Don, what happened after you smoked the Lucky Strike?
Well, Jack, from then on, my nerves were so calm, it was easy. I got on the green, bent over, and with one twist of the wrist, I flipped it right in the cup.
The ball?
No, the ashes.
Very clever, Don, but I can't understand why you always come in here and try to sell me Lucky Strikes. I'm sold on them. Believe me, Don, Excuse me a minute. Hello? Yes. Well, maybe so, but I thought that... Well, if you think so, okay. But wouldn't it be better if I just... Well, all right, if you want it that way. Goodbye. Now, Don, as I started to tell you...
Jack, who was that?
My press agent, Steve Bradley. You know, he used to talk so fast I couldn't understand him.
Well, I'm going out now and play a game of golf.
I'll go with you, Mary. So long, Jack.
So long, Don. Goodbye, Mary. Have a good time.
I will.
Gee, I wonder how Rochester's making out with Joe Louis. I hope he can trick him into coming over here and be my bodyguard. I guess Rochester will know how to handle it. He always does.
I'm sure glad I caught you at home, Joe.
Why, I'm glad you came over, Rochester.
Well, Joe, so many things have happened since I saw you last, I don't know where to begin.
Well, there's no hurry, Rochester. Would you like another drink?
Well, I had 2 already.
One more won't hurt you.
Okay, pour it out. Thanks.
Rochester, have you ever thought about being a prize fighter?
No, I'm just drinking this milk to be friendly. Now, Joe, let's get down to business. You know, it's been rumored around you'd like to be a big comedian.
That's right. I want to make people laugh. I've been wanting to do that for years.
Well, Joe, if you want to make people laugh, you've been going about it the wrong way.
Who told you that?
Max Smelling, Tony Galento, Jim Braddock, and Buddy Bear. That's who.
Well, them fellas have no sense of humor.
Well, you know, it's pretty hard to laugh with a referee counting over you.
I wouldn't know. That never happened to me.
Never?
Never.
Joe, remember that first fight you had with Max Smelling?
Mm-hmm.
What happened in the 12th round? What happened?
That's the one page I tore out of my scrapbook.
Anyway, Joe, if you want to be a big comedian, Mr. Benny's the man to get you started.
Do you think so?
He'll not only get you started, he'll stick close to you. Yes, sir. Awful close.
Well, this is going to be a lifesaver.
You ain't kidding. Come on, let's go over to Mr. Benny's house and talk to him.
Okay, I'll get my hat and coat.
Don't forget your gloves.
I got them right here in my pocket.
Not the social ones, the business ones, the big ones, the fat ones. You know, the fighting ones. Come on, Joe, let's go.
Gee, it's 20 minutes to 7. It's dark out and Rochester isn't back yet. That robber did threaten me. Maybe I ought to hold these darts in my hand just in case. I wonder if... Well, another nosy. Doggone, I wish that the... That must be Rochester. Come in!
Hiya, Jackson. What are you doing up so late?
Oh, hello, Phil. I'm glad you dropped by.
Well, I can only stay a minute. I just came over to invite you to a costume party I'm throwing Saturday night.
A costume party?
Yeah, and Alice is going to put on a little girl's outfit and be little Bo Peep.
Oh, that's cute. What are you going to be, Phil?
I'm going to put light bulbs in my ears and come as a pinball machine.
A pinball machine?
Yeah, by 11 o'clock, I'm tilted anyway.
Oh, you know, these costume parties always throw me. I never know what to be.
Why don't you spruce up a little bit and come as Father Time?
Don't be funny. Come on in, Phil. We'll sit down and talk, huh? Oh, there's the phone. Excuse me. Hello?
Hello, is my daddy there?
Your daddy? Oh, is this Phil Harris, a little girl?
Uh-huh. Is this Mr. Benny?
It sure is.
Oh, Mr. Benny, I'm sorry about you being robbed of $10,000, but my daddy said it was your own fault.
My fault?
Yes, my daddy says if you paid him what he's worth, you wouldn't have all that money lying around.
Oh, I see.
Can I talk to my daddy now?
Yeah, just a minute, honey. Phil is for you. It's your little girl.
Okay. Hello, honey.
Hello, Hotshot.
Anything wrong, baby?
Uh-huh. I dropped my dolly on the sidewalk and it's all broken.
Oh, well, that's a shame. Which dolly was it?
The pretty one with the long eyelashes.
And the curly blonde hair?
Yes, the one you said looks just like you.
Well, Dowdy will get you another one just like me.
Oh, goody. When are you coming home?
Right away.
Well, Mommy wants you to stop by the store and get a loaf of bread, a head of lettuce, and some corn.
All right, honey. Does she want corn on the cob or canned corn?
Mommy says when it comes to corn to leave that up to you.
Oh, well, okay, darling. I'll get it. Goodbye.
Bye, Hotshot.
Gee, Phil, your daughter's so cute. How old is she?
I don't know, Jackson, but last year she was 3.
Oh, well, then she's 4 now.
Could be. It could be.
Yes, sir. They sure grow up, don't they?
Oh, boss, he's here.
He is, Rochester?
Yeah, he's waiting in the den.
Oh, excuse me a minute, will you, Phil?
Yeah, I gotta go anyway. So long, Jackson.
So long, Phil. Rochester, have Joe Lewis come in.
Okay, but remember, boss, he don't know he's going to be your bodyguard.
Yeah.
He only came over here because he thinks you're going to get him started as a comedian.
I know.
So make him think he's funny.
I will, don't worry. Call him in.
Yes, sir. Come on in, Joe. Joe, I'd like you to meet Mr. Jack Benny.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Benny.
Pleased to meet you. What a delivery. Oh, boy. How do you feel, Joe? Huh?
Oh, fine.
Fine. That's a honey. Anybody else would have said pretty good, but you ad-libbed fine. Oh, boy, what a gem.
Boss, don't overdo it.
Say, Joe, how long have you been out here in California? That's good.
I haven't said anything yet.
I was still laughing at fine, That was dynamite. Huh?
Well, boss, I'll leave you two alone to discuss business.
All right, Rochester. Say, Joe, I've got a little proposition to make to you.
What's the proposition?
Well, you see, I'm a little more experienced as a comedian than you are, so anyone ever starts pulling jokes at your expense, well, I'll sort of help you out, you see.
Mm-hmm.
And naturally, you're a little younger and stronger than I am, so anyone starts punching me or picking a fight with me, you see, you'll help me out.
But, Mr. Benny, why should anybody want to start a fight with you?
Because I'm such a heel. I mean, you see, Joe, there's so many people who are jealous of me.
But I thought everybody liked you. You're so nice and so kind and so free with your money.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. Why didn't you laugh?
Oh, yes, free with my money. Well, Joe... Joe, getting down to business, how would you feel about doing comedy on my program?
I like it very much.
Well, let's discuss this thing thoroughly before... I wonder who that can be. Oh, Joe, would you mind taking a little walk with me?
Where to?
To the front door. Come on, Joe.
Aren't you crowding me a little bit, Mr. Benny?
Oh, pardon me. Just a minute.
Okay, Benny, you asked me.
What?
I told you what had happened if you blabbed to the cops about me sticking you up, and now I'm going to give it to you. Take that.
Ooh.
And that.
Ooh. Joe, he's beating me up. Fight with him.
Oh, I can't fight with just anybody. Who did he ever lick?
I mean, that's not important now.
Squeal on me, will you, Benny? Take that.
Ooh.
Another nosy.
Polly, you're supposed to be on my side.
Take that.
Oh.
And that.
Oh, Joe, please don't just stand there. Please do something.
But, Mr. Benny, I can't fight with unknown. He would have to get a reputation for himself.
Well, he doesn't have to get it on me. For goodness sake, look.
Take that.
Ouch.
And that.
Oh, stop.
And that.
Stop for a few minutes. Today is Armistice Day. Joe, help me.
I'm warning you for the last time, Benny. The next time you open your mouth to the cops, you're going to get more than this.
Yes, sir.
And just so you don't forget it, take this.
Oh.
Mr. Benny. Mr. Benny. Get up and go to your corner. Mr. Benny, get up. Well, if you don't, there's only one thing left for me to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, many of our boys entered the service right from school or put on their uniforms when they were just getting started in business. What will happen to that foundation? Will it be affected by their long absence from civilian life? We hope not, because our serviceman or woman acquired skills, training, and experience which should eventually qualify him or her for a better peacetime job than before. And all service jobs are related to civilian work in some way or other. So the outlook is most encouraging. And we know that in the future, employers will take advantage of this added asset. Thank you.
Jack, we'll be back in just a minute. But first, here's my good friend, Effie Boone.
At 47 sold American.
The quality of your Lucky Strike cigarette can be summed up in 5 simple words. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco.
That's right. LSMFT.
Yes, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. The finer, the lighter, the naturally milder Lucky Strike tobacco. The kind of tobacco that means real deep down smoking enjoyment for you.
Yes, sir. LSMFT.
Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. So smoke that smoke of fine tobacco, Lucky Strike. So round, so firm, so fully packed. So free and easy on the draw.
The famous tobacco auctioneers heard on tonight's program are Mr. L.A. Speed Riggs of Goldsboro, North Carolina.
American.
And Mr. F.E. Boone of Lexington, Kentucky.
At 45 sold American.
Basil Rysdale speaking for the makers of Lucky Strike. LSMFT. LSMFT. LSMFT.
A fact known the world over. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. So round, so firm, so fully packed, so free and easy on the draw.
$39, $40, $41, $42, $43, $44.
Joe, you can stop already. I'm feeling better. Anyway, I got to go to the Maskers now, do a show at 6 p.m. on another network. Good night, folks.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.